Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Ah, this has been a crazy day. It really has. 1 week before Mercury goes retrograde, and in this house, it's already retrograde.
Who knew?
Who knew? I did. It always happens this way. Dang it. So we had a power outage, which was one thing. My computer wasn't even plugged into anything, but I go to our templates for our cards of the day just before the show, and I notice they're all messed up. And I'm like,
And spastic light is driving me epileptic.
how's that one?
That's better. Thank
It's
you.
going to fade in and out nicely. So at any
Just
rate,
like me.
it was just crazy. And so I had to redo every single card. Like I have one box for 7 days of the week. I don't even know how that could happen. I'm not even sure. I'm thinking the computer's haunted or Mercury retrograde is laughing at me already. Anyway,
And the Sunman. Hello, Sunman. Hello, Sunman.
so it's been a day, people. And hopefully we'll have some good readings tonight. Welcome. I'm going to use for the collective the Moonology Messages Oracle by Yasmin Boland. And I think I'm going to let Mr. O pick one at random. I believe they're all read up right. I
Hey,
can look
boy.
at the book and see, but I'm pretty sure. Sunny is here trying to lighten the mood. And we were locked out. Weren't
Yeah.
home when the power went out, so we had to spend time somewhere till they got the power
Right. We
restored.
couldn't open our garage to get in. That's the way we normally get in.
I had the screen
Screen door was
locked from
locked.
the inside, so we couldn't get in that way from the front door.
So we
So I was
called our
worried about the
son.
cats.
I wasn't. I knew they
Yeah.
wouldn't get overly warm. We called our son and went over to his house. We have our own key for his house.
Yeah.
And our granddaughter was there, so we hung out with her for a little while,
And
which was
chase the
cool.
dog, the goofy dog. Oh, I don't know. I'll let you pick one, but
No cats overheated, no
this is
food
going to be
spoiled,
tough.
anything like that.
Yeah, it was only 3 hours. I mean, considering what people are going through in the country right now, I shouldn't complain. I really shouldn't. Anyway, releasing Moonset. Okay, I think these are alphabetical. That sounds familiar to me. I think I had that one, not this recent time I used it, but for one of our cards for the collective. Moon maybe, moon memories, moon rising, moon set. It's all about releasing. It's time to let go. Whatever you're asking about, offer it up to the divine. Release it. Although you're constantly creating your own reality, there is something about your current situation that suggests what's done is done. Well, I hope all this shenanigans is done here. You've played your part. Release. When you release an issue to the universe or the divine, you allow space for whatever is for your own highest good to take its course. As much as you might think you know exactly what you want, drawing this card suggests you need to allow the universe to show you your next best step. Make the word acceptance your keyword for the moment. Dance with what is. Trust that the universe has an amazing plan for you, because it does. Sometimes we need to accept that situations have evolved, even if we're not quite ready for them to do so. When this card comes up, there is a sense that the emotional seasons are changing, so move on. Sometimes you just have to let go and let Goddess. Additional meanings for the card. Clinging on now won't help you. Trust your higher self is taking care. The Goddess is by your side. Tomorrow's another day. Uh-oh, this last one, I feel it. Declutter. Declutter. About the symbol. Just as moonrise is all about when the moon appears above the horizon, moonset is about when the moon disappears below the horizon, concluding her appearance in our skies for another
Hi,
day.
Leah.
Hey, Leah, good to see you. We'll get you on the list, and Libra's here. But Libra's on the list.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get a Leah on. Well, obviously, to me, this is a kinder, gentler kind of tower card in a way because it talks to you about not clinging on to things. It could be the Four of Pentacles too, really. That's about clinging too tightly to something. Some things are not worth that effort. Holding on so tight to things that really don't help you. So think about that. And also, when we have negative things happen, like what happened to us today, hey, get them off your chest. I think I've done that everywhere today on social media. And then let it go. So
You
we'll
totally
see.
have to let it go. There are just some things that are beyond anyone's power to control. Hopefully, they are few and far between and not
Very far between.
very tragic. Hi, Kara.
Oh, hi, Kara. Whoops, I guess I'll get you on the list now, too. All right, let me do
All right.
that.
So we're going to start then, and we know we have a birthday reading to do on Sunday. I believe we're going to do Mr. Maurice. That's a few days before his birthday. I don't think
And we
have one
think
to
we
do
missed
today.
somebody. We are not sure who. They never responded. You missed my birthday reading, and so until
What
we know,
else?
we can't reschedule that one.
So Jefferson YouTube asks, anything important I should know coming? All right. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Light for
Oh no,
this.
it's not the one card day, Shirley. That's Saturday. Yeah. Oh no. Gosh, Aaliyah. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow, I remember that. Yeah.
We are so lucky here. We really
Our
are.
neighbors are sideways and the walls are pretty thick.
Well, we get some noise
They can't hear
sometimes.
us.
Well, we get some noise sometimes, so I'm sure they do from here. But they're really very conscientious people. So we're very happy with that. All right. All right. Well, that's what we have for the collective.
All right, so
And
we're in Jefferson. Anything important I should know coming? Okay, first one is the Two of Stars. And stars are cups. I better check just to make sure. I believe the stars are the cups.
is it another weird deck?
Okay, they're not.
Uh-oh. Start off fast. All right. Just reposting. Oh, why'd I do that? We are on Jebison right now. The list is who's coming after Jebison. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to post it right away, the update. But I guess I'm ahead of the game then. Well, Mr. O looks. All right.
I'm going to call it the Two of Pentacles. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So we're just going to have to hang that way.
Oh, boy. All right. Two of Pentacles upright.
Right. Five of Angels upright.
What is that?
Let's see. Hearts are cups.
Wings. Is that swords?
Oh dear. And this is the Ace of Trees, abundance. So that's the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Pentacles. I think that's Pentacles.
I can't help you. You gotta know this. Oh, hang on. We'll figure it out.
I have it right here. Angels are in fact swords. Stars are wands. Trees are pentacles. So we have the Two of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles.
And they're all
Now,
upright.
they're all upright because this is the Tarot of Light. There are no reverse meanings, and all meanings are good, even like that Five of Swords there, Five of Angels.
I have a lot of decks that have just upright meanings, but I read them both ways. So we're reading.
Well, I want to do it this way. That's why
That's
I did it
fine.
this way.
That's fine. That doesn't mean they're all good, unfortunately, Jebison, because you do.
No, they are because it's this tarot.
Well, I'm going to read it the way I read it.
Okay.
This is the way I feel about
Be
it.
contrary to me then.
Wow. Thanks for
You will.
cueing me
You'll
in on
be
this deck in
contrary.
advance. The Two of Pentacles, upright indicates balance is necessary here. I think balance is needed after coming off of,
The
and
Two of
that's,
Stars is the Two of Wands.
oh, it's the Two of Wands.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, you have to plan, you have to make some plans and a strategy to deal with some, conflict in your life. This isn't going to be a super negative reading here for you, Jemison, because those cards don't demand it anyway. But the Five of Swords is neither good nor bad is neither never good in my book. There's always something about it. And what I think it's saying is to rise above conflicts that are maybe going around either at the workplace or in your personal life. You've got to make a strategy to grow the relationship beyond this, or to make new relationships and friends in your life. Or like I said, if things don't work out in the workplace, it's possible here, if there's a real toxic work environment, that you have to move on.
Well, I agree with the Two of Wands. I think this is saying really what's coming to you could be good opportunities or opportunities to find balance. Now, for me, this Five of Angels slash Five of Swords, in this new light of the more positive, Tarot of the Light, this is saying to try to find ways to rise above those feelings of defeat or feelings that something is weighing in on you, that you don't have to accept what you feel. You have to really try to put more positivity into those reflections.
That's exactly kind of what I said.
It is, isn't
And
it?
with the ace, and with the ace,
Did you do the ace?
I did.
Oh,
That was
okay.
about growing new relationships and stuff, I said.
Well, the Ace of Pentacles there, that's the Ace of Trees. And that says there are good opportunities, maybe if you're starting new jobs or
Funny.
new projects, if you're really trying to create something that maybe is good for the paycheck or good for uh, things around your home, things around security ideas. So I think that's what's coming to you, those things, and it depends on you how important they are. I think the big card is that Five of Angels there, because I think it's saying really there may be times this week where you really feel overwhelmed and you have to try to rise above that.
Well, ready for the good news, bad news here? There's no
Sure.
happy way to spin this one.
You can do it.
Well, I can, because the second
It's the cross.
Lenormand is really what counts here. In this
Sun.
reading, I think here that you can overcome whatever is going on that's causing grief or anxiety in your life right now. The sun is saying success over this condition. And so whatever might be stressing you out or causing grief this week, it's going to be easy to overcome it. You can do this. It's really clear. Whatever's happening, you can just avoid being part of, somebody else's drama, basically.
Right. These Lenormand are kind of reflective of that over idea here that to some degree, some of this may present as challenging, but maybe overall it won't be as challenging. It'll be more like really seeing what your routes are to moving beyond it or to overcoming it. So,
I really do like this deck. I think, though, that maybe you should probably bookmark that page or something, put a paper clip there that tells you what's what, and then we're good to go.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that it is a different kind of interpretation of the tarot because there are no actual reverse meanings, and I intend to not pull reverse cards. Um, I think it is qualifies as more new agey, and I'm okay with that.
Well, it's a good substitute for happy hour because
Yeah,
our light series is getting pretty worn. We might have to change it at some
we could do
point.
that. Maybe we should do it this
I
week.
mean, I'm on my third light series deck already.
And the art's really nice too. It's very big and evocative too, just like the decks we used there.
Okay, we are on Airy now. I've got the list posted already.
There we are.
Hi, Airy. That's all I have for you, Jefferson. Sorry for the little confusion there. I was kind of thrown by
We
this.
don't know so much, apparently.
My decks can be confusing too. When I get to the Numinous Tarot. There's some things renamed there, so
Well,
here.
Ari, you had quite a question there.
Yeah, Ari, let's take a look at that again and see if we can actually help you with that. I don't know. That's a big, tall order for your spirit guides here. They're not responsible for sending the men your way, but
They're only responsible for giving you that intuitive feel about them, good or bad, perhaps.
get my guides to start sending me brutally honest men my way. I mean, I know the universe, does that. I'm not so sure, your guides are the ones responsible. Your guides are the ones that are more responsible for kind of helping you in the background there, saying, hey, maybe you better look into this one more carefully, or giving you warnings or something like that.
I think you're onto that when you say the universe, because the universe maybe is more of an ambiguous kind of guide of its own in a way. It's not like a spirit guide, but it's sort of like fate or destiny. And so that could be saying that, maybe there is a way to appeal to destiny.
Fate.
That's
To fate.
called
Yeah.
magic spells.
Well, let's do the universe.
All
That's
right.
a good way. I'll get
All
my
right.
cards. Okay. I like that. I brought out my Heavenly Blooms deck before. I don't know if I want to
No,
use
that's
that
fine.
again.
I knew we could figure that out with you.
I think I'm going to use
And you're welcome, Judgeson. I hope that has a good flow for you this week.
Tarot of Dreams or Raven's Dream Tarot. I'm sorry. Wow. This day has been a day.
Mind blowing.
I gotta let it go. Gotta let it
Gotta
go.
let it go.
I thought after taking a good relaxing nap I'd be fine, but then I ran into that problem on the computer and I'm just like, Mercury, stop this already. Just stop.
Oh, I might have figured it out. Maybe. I'll me culpa later.
Uh-oh.
But I thought I was only doing it in the Oracle. I
Yeah,
was
that
changing the line spacing in there.
oh, it changed the line spacing everywhere.
And it may have done that, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize it. I'm sorry.
Might have been all selected and you didn't know it.
Hmm.
Because that's one document, but there are different. Still, I
I
just didn't think
understand.
that would happen.
I'm not very happy.
That's
I'm sorry, baby.
okay. Now we know. It's all right. Phew, I thought the universe was against me, Harry. All right, well, we've got strength upright here. Wow. We got the Page of Wands upright. Well, that's an interesting twist. We have all upright cards here, but this one is the Eight of Swords upright. What do
All
you
right.
got?
So what do I have? I have the crossroads in Lenormand
Uh-huh.
and the moon. So the moon sort of activates the crossroads.
That's really funny here because it almost aligns up with something you were saying to Ari there.
I
That
kind of get it.
I think here I guess the universe is very in its own way careful not to interfere that much in your affairs in this case, in your, attempts to achieve a harmonious relationship. When I see strength upright, I keep thinking that, there's little subtleties going on here, nothing that really acts like they're full blown throwing these guys your way. How can we get the universe to, send guys your way? By maybe not pressuring them into doing so, or feeling pressured now because things have gotten so ridiculously bad for you. And I know it's frustrating, Ari, but sometimes when we approach the universe under duress, they don't respond the way you might want them to.
I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but I get the feeling that this is correct, that a gentler approach is somehow needed. And I'm not saying that you're, boy crazy. I'm not saying anything like that. Uh,
No, you're determined.
you're determined.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Banshee. But the universe may just be saying they want a different approach from you in general, too. I
Oh,
think some of this is going to come up in the other cards, so I'm just going to leave it with that.
what's the second
The
card?
Page of
That's right, the
Wands.
Page of Wands. I think it's a saying here is remain open to messages. And when I see that card, and I'm thinking of the moon card to come, well, but the moon isn't really intuition here. So I have to rethink this a little bit. I was kind of falling on the
I'm gonna. I saw what you say there, Ari, and I'm gonna distinguish between you pressuring men. Now, I'm not saying that at all, but you
right.
may be having that inner feeling that it's very determined that you get this going. The
Right.
difference between
It's
those two.
pressure. It's pressure of getting the relationship you want,
That's
and
pressure you're putting on yourself
you're
too, in a
you're
way.
putting it on yourself too. And the universe is saying, "Hey, you need to you need to dial it down a bit. You need to take it more easy. You need to kind of go with the flow, and even if it's frustrating right now." And I think here
Page of
with
Wands.
the Page of Wands upright, it's saying to accept, let's watch for messages and signs from people. Really pay attention to what they're saying, and see if you can't, strike up a situation. I mean, I don't know right now if you're doing a lot of your attempts at finding the right relationship virtually or in person or a little of both. I'm getting the feeling here that more of a personal connection is needed. And, because that way you can really feel people out better than what you can do online.
Well, I almost feel like the Page of Wands could be saying that maybe there is an invitation coming. Maybe the invitation coming is from the universe, understanding that, you are trying in your own way and that maybe they do have support. I just get the feeling like that could be a break here. But I still feel like that next card maybe mitigates that a little bit, but maybe this is saying really, with a more inviting attitude, the
Okay.
invitation too. And of course, I don't know what that strategy works out to for you, how it works out for Ari to be more inviting in terms of how you're trying to, chat up guys or however.
Well, I'm thinking that somehow that Page of Wands is going to tie into the Lenormand, so I'm going to revisit that. I want to run right over to the Eight of Swords
Swords.
here because that tells an interesting tale here. Is something, I you know, I don't want to say the universe is blaming you. I don't. But I want to say that there may be something that's blocking you internally from obtaining that which you desire. And so you really need to do a little bit more of a self check here to determine if that's the case or not. I mean, the Eight of Swords doesn't come up for nothing in this question here. And that is a card of feeling that either you're not good enough, you're never going to find the right one, and it might be because you've had so many bad, things happen along the way that it's putting you in that kind of restricted mindset. And once you do that, you don't attract necessarily the kinds of things that you want in life.
I think the Eight of Swords relates you just said about having autistic, behaviors there. It sort of is that sort of sense of being secluded or isolating yourself. So I think that kind of fits there too. Maybe the universe is saying you need to work on those issues that you feel. Do that. Now, I don't know what that translates to either in real time. Maybe you have to, do some research on this part of the spectrum for you. Maybe there are other people you can talk to about it, but I have a feeling that is a relationship there.
There may be, because that Page of Wands, I'm looking at the moon and the crossroads, and I'm getting the feeling here there's going to be a successful path that you are going to take going forward at some point here with relationships. And it could come from an invitation from someone, it could come from a message that comes to you inviting you to meet with someone. You know, that's that page too. The moon is success. There's successful road ahead for you. The universe wants to let you know that. But they are giving us a when here, and that Eight of Swords still indicates to me that there's something restrictive going on.
And I understand what you say there too. And you know, Ari, you're an Aries. Of course, you can handle your feelings being hurt. You can probably give as good as you get. And I think that's a good, you know, power to have, especially when used, you know, under certain contexts. You don't want to lash out at everybody. But I agree with Banshee for the most part. I do feel that maybe the moon is saying, you know, as you stand at these crossroads and you're trying to pick paths, something is going to move you towards a more successful path. It may be instinct because that's the moon. It may be, like I said, you know, sort of realizing that you need to find a way to deal with some of that, you know, neurodivergent stuff.
It may be the universe saying, hey, look, we're going to send you another opportunity here, you know, and hopefully it's a good one, because I see success in romance with the moon. The moon is all about that.
True
So
that.
in the
True
in
that.
the Lenormand.
Combining with the Page of Wands as an invitation, you never know.
So,
Hoping so for you.
you know, keep hope alive. I really feel your frustration. You know, I do. Week after week, we go through this with you, and I wish I had better news. You know, sometimes the cards give you a little bit of ray of hope that something's going to happen, and other times, like with jobs or other things, and other times it snatches it away from you.
Well, whether it's your guides or the universe, it could be saying that it's not that they can't or won't send people in your direction. They maybe want you to see better within yourself what you can do to create that energy.
That could be they want you to step outside any kinds of hindrances or blocks you may be putting up, even if it's subconsciously. So, like I said, think about the things that you might, you know, it's a two-way street with these, with what goes on here. Some men are just plain unfair, or some people in relationships just, you know, are plain unfair.
I like what you're saying, and I just think that you're fabulously more mature than most of the guys in your general age range that you might be interested in. They're just really kind of
It's okay. I'm glad you wanted to respond to that, but I wasn't done. But you can go ahead. Go
that's
ahead.
all I was going to say, and I'm just pointing. This was my communication to her, not
Oh,
to
I
you.
know, but I thought you were wanting me to stop so you could do that.
I always want you.
Oh, see, he always
That's
wants me
what
to
we
stop.
have
I gotta stop.
to
That's what we
stand
have.
by for
You
Bitcoin.
know, I'm not seeing a clear sign here that the universe is blocking you. That Eight of Swords is not what the universe is doing. That's more personal. And so you have to do some soul searching here to see why this keeps happening to you. And I feel bad for you. I don't know. I wish you luck.
Good luck, Emily. We'll see you next time. All right.
SP is up.
SP. Hi, SP.
Interesting question though, and I don't know if it totally responded.
So you're basically wondering if your boss will recognize the hard work that you went through this week and show appreciation.
Oh, will the boss show appreciation for work done?
Yes,
Okay,
okay.
I'll get it.
So
I need
that's a good
that.
question.
Your deck.
It's my deck, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
I thought I
I'm
had.
going to use my Joker Tarot.
Sunny's probably on top of it. Hmm. All right. What do I
That's
get?
a good point, Cara, because I tend to think that a lot of guys are probably raised to be toxic, you know. Having, you know, been a young person during the Equal Rights Amendment and really feeling, you know, that was a vital thing, you know, to treat everybody the same, the way you wanted to be treated. Everybody, everybody. And now it's like, 50 years later, such a fallback from that. It just seems like nobody cares about that sense of equal rights anymore, treating people equally. But I digress.
Do you see what I'm wearing here?
Um, is that one of your aunties?
Yes, it's my aunt's costume jewelry.
You look fabulous, dear.
My aunt's ancient costume jewelry. It's really kind of cool. I like it.
All right,
Ooh,
SP.
why are you on my Lenormand?
Here's our
Turn the deck out for
cards.
next time. All right.
First card is the reversed Five of Wands.
Ah, well, that's not bad.
No.
Next,
Next card is the reversed Emperor. Okay.
well, it might be bad.
It might be. And the final card is the upright Four of Pentacles. So I think I'm going to just be a little bit jokey here and say, oh, maybe it'll be a pizza party for you. One of those things like, yeah, thanks, boss. Thanks. But seriously speaking, the Five of Wands and the Emperor, I think your boss is going to say they have limited power to do, certain things, and that maybe they feel like, things are just not competitive enough for anything that might say, oh, here's the possibility of a promotion, or this is how we'd like to reward you. And sometimes I'll be really honest, SP, in most of my life I have felt that the rewards from an employer also came with a string attached that meant maybe there was a little more work involved too. So I don't know what kind of business you work for, but maybe they're looking at their bottom line. The Four of Pentacles is sort of like a holding on to things attitude. Banshee has our Lenormand, and the first one's the Rider,
Guess what's back?
and the Moon again in the same position.
Well, I'm sure it may be appreciated, but I don't know. When I see that Emperor reversed, I'm kind of feeling like your boss just expects everybody to work very hard,
Could
and
be, yeah.
he's not very rewarding for it. Because he just expects that anyway, and that with the Five of Wands
Reverse, yeah.
reversed here, it may indicate to me that I get the feeling that it could just be looked over, like he may not pay attention that much attention to it, or that he doesn't want to maybe upset the workforce, by singling people out. Now, that being said, I don't really know where you work and if people get praised or get bonuses for the extra amount of work they do, but to me it almost sounds like he doesn't necessarily do that or doesn't want to upset other people right now by singling somebody out. However, when I look at the card at the end,
Four of Pentacles.
the Four of Pentacles, I really do think that inside he may value and appreciate that. It's kind of what I feel when I see that card here. He might value and appreciate what you're trying to do, but he's just not in a position right now, sort of as Mr. O may have said in some way, to be able to reward that in the way you would have hoped.
Limitations of some sort.
Yeah.
And I liked what Banshee said, though, about the idea that maybe because there's a shared work environment that he can't, he doesn't feel it's good policy, or for some reason he doesn't want to maybe make certain people stand out more than others. He might feel like, that breeds resentment or jealousy with other employees who are just doing their job but aren't being extraordinary. Hey, it's a tough world.
Now, that being said, SP, the Lenormand is rather positive here, but I'm trying to figure out why. Because I see the moon is saying there should be success at work for you and that there's a move for you. Or is it saying that there will be success for you if you move to a different job? I can see this as a two-way street here, that either maybe ultimately there will be success at your place if you continue to work hard and a move up for you. Or maybe if nothing is happening there, you should consider moving on to something else where you could be more successful.
I'm going to agree with that. Obviously, success is the driver of movement here.
Yep.
So it's hard to say. I kind of feel like there is a partialness of either some reward that is commensurate with either a promotion or a raise in pay. So something that really does, indicate that. But I could say, like Banshee says, that maybe this might give you the confidence or the ability to see a different job or career for yourself. Knowing what I know about you, I think you're pretty determined to stay with this company. So it's hopefully for you, it could be the former.
Well, I
Great.
wish you luck, SP.
Good.
It does look like at least maybe the future, one way or another, might look brighter. So keep doing your best. That's all I can say. Do your best because now, even if you don't get the recognition you hope for, it makes you feel good and it builds yourself up, to better things. So that would just be my advice at this
Good luck.
point in time. Good luck with that. And I gotta apologize today because and you're welcome, Ari. I wish I could have been better. I think I'm coming down with a summer cold, which is really unusual for me, but my sinuses have been acting up. It's either that or an allergy has kicked in, and boy, it's making me feel miserable. My nose is burning right now, even as we speak. My throat's been messed
Honey,
up, so
knocked into the computer. Watch out.
ah,
Look at him.
yep. I know he's cray.
He's
Great today.
something. He keeps looking off into the distance like he sees something that we
Do
don't
you
see.
feel there's a ghost here, Mr. O?
Well, I thought he sees something that's not available to our senses.
Libra is up.
I think Libra wants to know about hidden messages.
I haven't been feeling any energy in here lately, in that regard, if you're wondering.
What hidden messages do I need to know?
All right, I'm going to use the very cute Magic Pantry Tarot again. I love this one. So, what hidden messages does Libra need to know? You could go to Numinous Spirit Press and check out his very cool decks, the Numinous Tarot, this Magic Pantry Tarot. And I've got the Threadbound Oracle, which I really haven't cracked yet, but I will be soon. It looks really fascinating to me. All right. Oh, here you go. I'm sorry. What was Libra's question coming towards?
What hidden message?
Oh, hidden message. So will be my reading. It's nutmeg. It's the Three of Wands. Upright. So what hidden message do you need to know? I think the hidden message is that maybe, well, I'm trying to find a way to word this and I can't. Goes my brain. Maybe the hidden message is that you are approaching a time where you're going to have to really think differently now. You're approaching a time where, the same old way of doing things is not as satisfying. And you're going to have to take maybe a different approach. Or you're going to have to do something outside the box to kind of shake things up in your life, bring back some joy, or bring back some some of the passion for things again. It's just that it just seems like you're approaching a time where the status quo is just not satisfying enough and you need something new to explore or do.
The hidden message is that there's opportunities coming to you and you just need to understand the cycles around them, that maybe, the opportunity may be limited. It may be more open-ended, but whatever it is, you need to be aware of it enough in real time to where you can take advantage of.
So why is that important? Wow. So it's dragon fruit, the King of Cups reversed. So why is it important? Because, um, well, maybe you've been holding yourself back. Maybe you've been a little bit too reserved. Maybe, I think it's hard for you to find the. Wait, it's the King of Cups, not Wands, right? I did say that.
You said that, and it was that.
The King of Cups.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Okay, because I was starting to talk King of Wandish here, and I'm thinking that because you just are not finding the joy and the happiness in, the status quo anymore. I think something needs to be shaken up to bring some joy or harmony back into your life, whether it's with a relationship with someone or it's just in your life in general.
This is an opportunity that you need to be aware of because it may make you a better person. It may make you turn the corner on some defeating or negative behavior you see in yourself. You may realize that you burnt the candle too far in. You're biting and you're more prone to anger
I
and not
like that.
and you're not liking it. So it's important that you realize this opportunity, whatever it is, would help you, turn the corner from that.
See, this kind of flatlining here that may be going on is affecting your mood and maybe affecting how you're treating others right now.
Yeah.
So, do something that
Hi,
shakes
Nicole.
things up for the better in your life. So, where are things headed? I heard you. Hi, Nicole. I like this. Where are things headed? It's barley, and it is the Six of Pentacles upright. Look at that card. Very nice. So, things are going to start if you do this, if you do something to bring some joy back, and it'll start calming things down. Things will start balancing out in your life once more again. You need some new experiences or new adventures, something totally outside the box to make you feel good again. And I think once you do that, everything is going to feel more stable and comfortable.
I heard a song lyric in my head when I put that card up there. And it was the old song by Heart, Even It Up. A good person pays their debt. And so I started feeling like this is saying there is a debt that needs to be paid somehow, but it might be the debt that you, Libra, pay to yourself. Like I said, this is saying like figuring out what that opportunity is that maybe helps you have a more positive spirit about some stuff. It's something that maybe, it will help you with. Maybe you've been dealing with your own feelings of bitterness or regret about something, but there's something that can help you get better. And it's something you really owe yourself. And that's what I think this is saying.
I like that.
It leads to you saying you deserve to do that for yourself.
What you got there?
Let's look at the Lenormand. And there's that crossroads again.
Hmm.
And the birds. And the birds is communication. So maybe it's saying you will, in real time, hear more about what these opportunities or situations could be.
Well, I kind of like this. Maybe it's saying, maybe it's time for you to communicate with others more, get together with friends or family, and
I like that
and
too.
make a choice and a decision on doing something different. Having, excuse me, a girls' night out or a friend's night out somewhere different, or, doing something with family that's outside of the box. Picking and choosing something to do together, I think, with others and getting them involved in this. Don't, maybe you've been spending too much time alone too. I don't totally see that in these cards, but maybe that's the thing. You need to maybe embrace getting together and communicating with others and doing something different.
It really does have the smack, now that I think about it, of maybe something that's either more of a family drama, mini drama, or some sort of, situation, like she said, like maybe just people coming together and being more supportive of each other. And
I just feel
that's all
it's a
you
time to
folks.
get together, and that, it almost sounds like a field trip to me. I don't know, the crossroads. Maybe I'm taking it literally this time, but I kind of feel like maybe, it's just deciding to do some things that are different with friends who'd be interested and go ahead and do it. Go on a ghost hunt. or visit a haunted house, or just something really unusual, and go to, some kind of adventure park you haven't done before. Whatever the case may be, and whatever you can afford, of course, try to have some fun, shake things up a little bit in your world, have some new experiences, and I wish you luck with that.
All right, Libra.
And we're on Cherry B is up.
Cherry Blossom, hello. Hi, Mary the Aries. Boy, we haven't seen you in a while.
I'll get you on the list and then I'll repost the list.
And don't forget Nicole showed up.
I did.
Already.
I did, Abra.
Hi, Mary.
I think we have 12 now. I may have lost count here along the way.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? Hey, it's good to see Cardbard here too. I don't know if you're still with us, Cardbard. I hope so. We put you on the list. It's nice to see you. I listened to your song. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked it. I liked it.
Hi.
That was awesome, Hey, I hope you're going to have another card song soon, but you know what? It's nice to hear your other talent, your regular singing, songwriting.
Well, thanks for coming back, Mary. Good to see you too.
Right.
Yes, we are adding to the list. Don't worry, you're on it. So is Nicole. And we are
Awesome.
Cherry Blossom.
It's good to hear. Hey, I'm behind with a lot of stuff too here. Trying to catch up.
I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot. And Cherry asks, what messages does Spirit want me to know right now?
Ah,
I like this deck. This is one of the ones that you passed on to me because you didn't quite resonate to it.
so is that the
Deviant Moon.
yeah, the Deviant Moon? I know, I sort of rethink that now, but
I know. Too late. Alrighty, well,
it
be
so
careful.
fits you. It's okay.
Okay, so this is your reading. What messages do spirits want you to know? And it's the upright devil. So this card could be saying spirit wants you to know that maybe you're oppressing yourself in certain ways. You're making limits on your behaviors or situations, and maybe you're also feeling like just you don't have a sense of autonomy. You're enslaved in a way. You feel stuck.
Well, whether it's within things within you holding yourself back, restricting yourself, or it's external forces, you feel kind of trapped right now in some area of your life or stuck. And, it could be because of your own negative habits or negative speak that is holding you back, or it could be you're at the mercy of circumstances right now. The economy and things that are happening to different people is holding people back right now. So, I mean, I'm not going to judge here. I'm just going to say clearly you feel restricted and you're in your ability to move something forward in your life or to do things in your life right now.
Well, the devil's astrological symbol can be Capricorn, and that tends to talk about maybe processes, governmental or otherwise, that systematic things that seem to be slow or just moving normally. And so then we get this. Why is it important? It's the upright Knight of Pentacles. And it may be that this is a process you have to go through that's not so much that's precise, but it's intensive in terms of the amount of time you're required to spend on it. You can make progress, but it may not be very fast progress.
Well, it's interesting to me to see this card here, because I see a couple of things like Mr. O. I agree with that, but also it could be the coming or going of a matter connected with business, career, or your finances, because it's the Knight.
Yes, that's right.
And so I can't help but wonder if some of these restrictions aren't financial or, feeling kind of trapped in a dead end or slow moving job or things that are not, necessarily appealing to you. However, Knight is upright here. I think Mr. O is right in saying that this is, oh gosh, see what I mean? This is a process that you have to go through and work through methodically to figure out how to break free, how to break free from whatever it is restricting you. I know this card is upright and I went a little negative there, but because I was thinking, okay, Pentacles. Pentacles, wealth, career could be the key here with what's restricting you. And so once you get back on your feet again, or get things in order, it's going to be a process to do that.
I'm wondering if it's a debt situation, like something is really hurting debt wise, maybe unexpected bills that are really oppressive, but yet you might have to go at them really slowly. You can't tackle them quickly.
The Knight of Wands will say that whatever it is that's or Pentacles, whatever it is that's restricting you, is going to take time and methodicalness to just slowly go work your way through it. Absolutely. And I think you're going to find the Lenormand is going to back this up.
Where
Go
will
ahead.
this ultimately lead? Better. It's the star. The star
Nice.
is upright. And so where it ultimately leads is that you figure out where your course lays and where you should be moving to, where destiny will take you. So
Never,
it's very
it's
good.
really funny because uh, one of the people that I follow on social media, Celtic Fox Fortunes, had something. She just posted a meme today. Never lose faith in yourself. Always believe in yourself. Never. And I responded to that. We had a little banter back and forth. And so I'm going to say the same thing to you here, Cherry. Never lose faith in your ability to overcome whatever this blockage is. Never lose the faith. You can do this. The star is here to prove that. However, here.
The key. And the child. And I don't know, the child sort of reminds me of that night there.
Exactly. So the key is pace yourself. Nothing is going to happen overnight. You're not going to be able to change whatever the situation is overnight, but get to work on it. Get to work on getting things right, whether it's your business, financial, or career sector, or maybe even your health. I can't rule that out. Or, even if it's in relationships, you can do this. You can turn whatever the situation is around.
Well,
It's just going
Cherry
to take time because the child takes time to grow.
Cherry says it's a bit of everything right now. So yeah,
Ah,
I mean, and that's a lot of us too. I think, multiple situations going on. And right at the beginning of a Mercury retrograde, that's
God.
no fun.
So pace yourself and take it easy on yourself
Good luck.
because this is going to be I think, a humdinger of a Mercury retrograde. It's certainly showing signs here already. So good luck with that.
Take care.
And we are on Cardboard. Hi, Cardboard.
Hi, Cardboard. I know it's very exhausting, isn't it? Boy, today was just a real number.
All right. Oh, let's see. It's my deck, isn't it? I'm going to use the Wacky Alien deck. Whoops. Desert Illuminations, actually. It's making me think of the people in Texas, they're going through a lot right now. Oh, no.
Matt,
Oh, on the mat. Okay. Okay. All right.
you're welcome. Cardboard, if you're still with us, we need your question.
Or are you just watching today? It's okay if
He
you're
did say
just.
that in the beginning, but you're welcome to give us a question.
Yeah. Too scattered. Okay. General message is good.
General message is good. That's your deck, right?
Yep, I'm using Desert Illuminations.
All right.
And I'll give you these before I start.
Thank you.
Oh, did you? And by the way, that chocolate shake was not to distract me from whether you got any info from the vet or not.
I did. I just didn't tell you about
Okay,
it. They
that's
said
good.
that we can do it without bringing them in
Okay, that's awesome.
anytime.
Okay, good. We got to have something checked on with Sonny. He's not totally well, even though he seems well. We got to get something checked
It
on.
may be a diet fluctuation.
Yeah.
He always acts okay for the most part.
But anyway, Victoria Monday, who comes to our live shows, is from Texas, and she's just broken up about the things that have happened there as well. And, my heart goes out to everybody. I mean, there's been New Mexico, North Carolina, Massachusetts. I mean, there just seems to be crazy weather happening everywhere now, and I can't even keep up anymore.
Well, on another note, don't forget to watch Happy Hour this weekend. We will be at our normal time of 10 a.m.
But somebody's got to get to work
I
after
do have to
that.
go to work, so there won't be a lot of overtime, but we get in a whole hour. And of course, it's a great opportunity to connect with each other and share a positive message.
Just get happy.
Come on, get happy.
Oh, Carbard,
General message.
you got the Three of Swords.
Ouch.
The sun is reversed, but I never think that's really any kind of badness.
Not terribly.
And you've got the Six of Swords upright, which is a really good way to end this. That's Six of Daggers. Okay. And what do you got?
The tree. The tree.
I like that. But what's with it?
More birds. Well, birds hang out in the trees, so maybe it's okay. Uh,
Well, that's interesting to me. I'm going to go and wonder what the Three of Swords is about. The Three of Swords is about heartache and disappointment, a sense of loss, working your way through some grief or really, I would say, very disappointing situation that's weighing on you. And so, healing is possible, but I always say with the Three of Swords, we all got to take as much time as we need to go through whatever we're going through. Um, right now, we one of the um, one of the waitresses at a restaurant we go to a lot bared her. It's just us, right? We're card readers. I don't know if people, even though they don't know that, just know that we're people they can talk to. Bared her soul about the loss of her dog. She was being put to sleep and she cried. She hugged me.
yes.
This was just last week, and she had to put it down the next day, and she was working, and I felt so bad for her. We ended up buying her a card and, and giving her a lot of encouragement because we've been through the death of animals a lot because we've owned a lot of pets. And so I'm just saying everything takes its time to heal. And so whatever it is you're going through, and I don't know if there's a family connection because when I'm looking at the birds and the tree, I'm thinking in terms of family news coming. So that might be something else completely. We'll get to that. But let's stop there. I'll let you go ahead with that one.
Well, it looks like heartburn, so I'm wondering if Mexican food was involved. But seriously speaking, of course, I can't really add a lot to what Banshee said. Something is very painful right now. Something feels hurtful and broken. A lot of times it talks about personal relationships, but it could also talk about things that maybe are really devastating for the soul or the heart to take in. Passings, bad luck.
Maybe even the things in the world, people with empathy right now
Yeah.
are going through the ringer with all the stuff going on, myself included. So, if you're that kind of sensitive person, there's a lot of things that can set off Three of Swords energy right now.
Although spirits may be a little low, they're not totally low. This is not the most
Yeah.
devastating thing that you may have ever been to, but it is a pause of sorts.
I think with the sun reversed, it's saying that, things seem a little bit cloudy right now, but you realize that, it's not the end of the world here. You will work your way through this. And, the light will return again. The sun reversed is, to me, never really a super negative card.
Nope.
It's just saying that maybe success feels a little bit less bright right now. I mean, everything might be well otherwise in your world, but when you're dealing with something that's weighing on you like that, it just doesn't seem the same anymore. And so that's kind of what I think is going on, why the sun is here like that.
So what's that last one?
That's the Six of Daggers, swords, upright.
It is the Six of Swords.
You're moving to a much better place, aren't
Speak
you?
of the devil. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Oh, Victoria, I was just talking about you a little while ago. When I pulled out the when I pulled out the Desert Illuminations deck, I talked about, that you're going through a lot right now,
It's a mouse. Eek!
our Texas friends and stuff because of what's going on there. So, anyway,
All
I don't know. I
So
don't
the
I
Six of
let
Swords.
him interrupt me like that because it's rude.
I'm responding to the chat.
I don't care. I was talking. I was talking.
Even if she doesn't care, I do.
Move on. Are you going to say something about the Six of Swords?
Aren't you first?
I will. I did already. I said, you're moving to a much better place. Things are going to settle down. Things are going to get calmer. You're going to feel much better. Obviously, if it's not a physical move per se, but I feel like it's a transformational journey you're going through right now that's going to leave you feeling a lot stronger and better where you're going.
Well, like I said with the sun, there was a pause, or there could be a pause, and this may be the way that you realign yourself and realize that there is a path that takes you away from some really, hard feelings right now, sorrowful feelings, and so that's what's going to happen. So then the
Yeah,
Lenormand,
why don't you go ahead?
the birds in the tree. Maybe this is coming, maybe not as close to you, although the impact is close to you. It may be that this is connected to you a little more remotely, like it's more of the family, but it's not exactly that close to you. It may be cousins, generations, something really upsetting happening, or it could be something more personal,
Yeah.
but it may affect how you go forward or how you grow from this, because the tree is also about growth.
Could this be nearing a difficult anniversary for you, like the death of a loved one or something? I mean, that's possible too.
Mm.
I sense here messages, and I can't help but even wonder if these messages aren't going to come from your ancestors.
Hmm.
So it could be a dream message that comes to you, could be something like that. I also I feel here too that whatever you're going through, maybe the reason the birds is here with, I know the birds is often about gossip, but I don't feel, and maybe is that what's hurting you? I mean, some gossip from people that were close to you. And that I can't rule that out here, but I'm feeling more of a positive vibe from this, like some message is going to be communicated to you that will help you grow through this, that will help you get through this. So a lot of times with the Lenormand, the cards have certain meanings that are how should I say, influenced by the next card, as you know. So, oh my gosh, I
Well,
don't know. Something made me say that, so I went with it. But wow. So,
thank
you
you for
might
sharing
want to
that.
write down that dream or really analyze it and see what the messages could be from that. That's very interesting to me. So, wow,
Yeah.
the timing. And
Well,
I seem to hit that. Okay.
take care.
Hey, you take care. I hope,
Thanks for coming
maybe
tonight.
it's possible why the Three of Swords is here. You miss them, and, wow, that is so crazy. So I hope this resonated because it sure seems like it's fitting together. But I think even if they did come to you, they want to see you at peace. They do. They want to see you moving in a more tranquil, peaceful direction. So I wish you luck with that.
Take care, Cardboard. Thanks for coming tonight.
Yeah, good to see you. Cardbar does some great stuff. Honestly, you ought to check out his YouTube page when he does the Tarot and Lenormand cards and writes a song for them. It's awesome. It's fun.
Yes.
All right. Okay, you're very welcome, Cardboard. Let's move on to, and I'll get Victoria on the list.
Shirley.
Shirley is up, and I'm going to add Victoria right now. And let's see.
Is your sister going to sell the house and divide it between the 3 siblings and give me your portion of the family home?
Oh boy.
Well, I'm going to use my Midnight Boulevard.
Oh, this is not working.
And of course, if we don't get a direct answer, we can try the yes or no.
Hey, if you didn't want a reading, that's okay too, but I added you, Victoria, so see how it goes. Wow, that's an interesting question. I think you talked about that situation before, I think. Unless I'm confusing you with someone else. Maybe it was somebody else. I think there was somebody else asking a
The
situation
attorney
about
told me they are selling it, but I have not received any paperwork.
I don't know what this means. You can have fun with that one.
Justice is upright.
I like that.
The emperor is upright.
I like that.
Naturally, we'll have a bad one now. It's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed.
Oh, I don't like that.
So it's interesting because, of course, you did ask specifically about the home, and as a physical entity, that could be that. That's true what you're saying there. Okay, the whip and the anchor. Is there going to be a reason why they can't move quickly on selling this home or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of push-pull going on there with the Lenormand, I'd say. But let's go back here. We've got Justice upright as the first card, correct?
Yes.
So I feel here that things will balance out. I
Good
think
legal
here
outcomes.
that the papers will come, that things will be handled justly. That's my impression. And the Emperor here indicates somebody doing right, in this situation, whether it's the attorneys or whether it's your sister, right?
Right,
Whether
but
it's your
there's another
sister
sibling too.
and the siblings. I think that, there's no indication here of anything going wrong.
I agree with that. The justice looks like a good legal outcome. Generally, when we're talking about institutional things like real estate, marriage, etc., this means, favorable outcome. And I would say it's for you guys, for you at least, regardless of the siblings. The emperor sort of talks to me like maybe the emperor could be your sister or it could be you, but it's really
Could be
talking
the
about
attorneys.
it could
too.
be the attorneys. It's really saying that they have access to what they need. They really have the resources they need, whether it's talking to the people they need to talk to or whether it's just understanding all those qualities of
Right, right.
legalism.
Because the emperor, wants to do right by people when he's upright. So I think here that's a sign that everybody will be treated fairly. But let's talk about that last card, the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, that could mean a couple of different things to me. That could mean that maybe whatever comes from this deal is not going to be as, financially, it's not going to be what was expected financially. You might not be able to get maybe exactly what you had hoped for. And when I'm saying that, I think that involves everybody. In other words, maybe it'll have to go for a lower price, or there's some issues there that are, or maybe it's possible it might take time to sell the property. There might be
Well, you
delays.
mentioned something about the short sale, and I'm not up on my real estate stuff, but I don't know if a
Well,
short sale might indicate that they just try to get it done as quickly as possible, and thereby maybe not necessarily factor in more profit for themselves in some way. But I do feel like if it's not saying what Banshee said, about the financial return is not as great, maybe it's also talking about. Something to do like what I just said, like maybe it I lost my train of thought, I guess. Um Something maybe working against its short sale.
well, yeah, because
Delays.
we do have to look at that Lenormand and wonder here because the whip is like a fast, aggressive action. Okay, maybe like the short sale. But the anchor is kind of like holding things in place.
Not so fast.
So I don't know if this means that there will be a quick, fast, aggressive action and, everything will fall into place, or if it means that maybe things are going to get kind of stuck. If you want fast movement, aggressive movement here, but something might be holding it up. So I don't know whether that just
It
has
feels like it's going to happen, but with delays perhaps.
So I don't know if that has to do with anything to do with the buyers, issues with the buyers getting the money together, whatever the case may be, or something else. For example, does anything have to be done to the property or to the home to bring it up to code? Is there some issues there that might slow things down a bit? I think about that because everything has to be just right. There may be something that kind of ties things up a little bit. But other than that, I think it's going to go well. Good luck with that.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
Okay, I see your question, Ms. V. We hope so too. Aaliyah's up.
Alea,
Good to see you again, Aaliyah.
you're welcome. Is the question about the neighbors? Because it sounds like you're pretty frustrated. I remember from a previous time you were talking about them and how you can't seem to get rid of them. Sorry. There it
Okay.
is. Okay. So this is, I remember you're in an apartment building, so you're all people sharing space in that building.
So you're wondering why the other ones got so quiet. Well, maybe they were finally told to tone it down, but let's take a look. Is it my cards? I think
Yes,
it
it's
is.
your
Yeah.
cards.
Okay, let me pass these.
Well, the Scorpio in me says one of them is under the floorboards. The other one's being very quiet.
Stop that.
Yes.
I'm going to use the Mermaid's Tarot. So, aside everything else that went wrong today, I definitely got a cold or an allergy. Good news is my back is a lot better today. I decided not to do the senior workout to give it another day because we got a training appointment
We
tomorrow.
have to have our trainer tomorrow.
All right. Well, it's the Queen of Pentacles upright. Huh. The Tower reversed. Huh. And the Empress reversed. I don't know.
I don't know either. With the
What can
Lenormand,
you add?
it's the stars and the birds.
Oh, those birds are getting a workout today.
Birds
And
are
it's ironic to me because all this communication stuff is happening, right before Mercury goes retrograde in earnest. Huh. Man, I'm just chomping on the cough drops here trying to
So,
clear
what
my
might have
throat.
happened to make your neighbors suddenly become very quiet?
Well, it could be maybe some of the stresses they've been experiencing with one another have lessened. So they're in a place right now, more calm place. Seems to me, I could also say maybe they realize it's in their best interests to not be so noisy. If they were told to tone it down, if somebody did go after them and say, you have to stop this, or you could face eviction or something like that, maybe they felt it was in their best interests financially because they need to stay where they are, so they toned it down a bit.
Well, right. I mean, you presented that picture that they really argued a lot and were pretty disruptive, late hours, the whole bit. So,
But go ahead. That
so
being
the
said,
Queen of Pentacles maybe suggests that maybe something good happened for them and that they're now feeling more caring for each other and therefore fighting less or not being as vocal.
but that being said, I'm not sure they totally got the memo yet with the tower reversed. This is just maybe a lull. Maybe they will start up again. I hate to say it because the tower is about repeating patterns of behavior that don't work. And particularly when it's reversed, you just keep going through the same cycle over and over again. And I kind of feel like that's them, that they're going to repeat this cycle again, unfortunately.
I have a news flash. I don't know how long this has been going on, more than a month or two. Maybe they have an eviction notice against them
Oh.
and they haven't really learned the lessons from this happening to them previously, but this is part of a cycle pattern for them that maybe they just inflict themselves on wherever they are, and that's somehow something.
Well, I'm going to say that they got a wake up call, but they're still not changing completely. They still have some serious issues that they really need to work through. And I don't know that they've totally gotten that yet. They haven't hit bottom yet to realize that. And the Empress kind of reinforces that to me, Mr. O,
Sure.
because it's talking about a lack of making productive change in your life. It's a lack of productivity. They're not working on themselves very well, and they need to.
Right, and with what you've been saying there, it just seems like they are in this continuous cycle that Banshee has pointed out, of some sort. And that Empress Reverse could be saying that they just go through these bouts where they either are not good with each other and then they try to make up with each other. So the cycle causes them to be really disruptive and they're not really learning their own lessons here. And like I said, I get the feeling like maybe they've been strongly talked to, and so that's part of the reason why they're so quiet. They are afraid of any other aggressive action that might be eviction oriented or something like that.
I do have a feeling here when I see the birds and the star that maybe here, and this is for the first time today, I'm going to use the gossip element of the birds. Maybe they realize here that, people are talking about them and they're being viewed negatively. And, excuse me, despite their problems, they
They're concerned.
realize they don't want to be looked at that way. They want people to look at them more positively, so they're trying to keep their differences more private. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Right, the whole situation you're saying it's been going on for quite some time. Maybe they're realizing that their image really sucks, and so they're thinking they can somehow repair their image with the landlord or the company or with the neighbors there.
Well, I kind of think so. But let's just say if one spouse is aggressive or, really angry, with the other spouse, that maybe they just don't want to be looked at as a bully by people. They're trying to tone it down a little bit. Like they're not really the problem here, but they are. I really think they're just masking it right now.
It does seem that way.
It just seems that way to me with these cards. The Tower reverse does not come up for no good reason.
Yeah, that's very true. The
Yeah.
tower rarely comes up reversed like this.
So, gosh, I wish you luck with that situation,
Hey,
Aaliyah.
enjoy it while you can,
Yeah,
right?
enjoy the quiet. Well, but now you've got another neighbor. Another neighbor woe. Boy, we've been so lucky here so far.
And Kara's up. Kara wanted an oracle.
I've got so many here, Kara, it's ridiculous. But let's see. I know what I want to do. Was it top and bottom or just a card?
Yes.
Trying to get to it. No, not that one. Actually, I do think it's the Tree Keepers today. I haven't done the Tree Keepers for you recently. I love this oracle. I really do. It's so beautiful, number one. But number two, there's some poignancy here that I really like about this deck. Okay. Mr. O has stepped away, so we'll get the screen back together in a minute. I'm sorry about what Sonny did. Okay. Oh, this is so adorable, Kara. It's the keeper of fairy tales. What number is that one?
21.
Thank you. Comes right after, let's see, where is that? Keeper of Alchemy. Keeper of Fairy Tales. Before there were humans, there were stories. The trees told them to each other in a language the moon taught them. Their favorite stories were fairy tales, and they've been inspiring humans to write and tell them since the first human walked into a forest. But fairy tales are special. Like the rings inside a tree, they hold secrets to the past and premonitions of the future. A book isn't simple paper and glue. It's a portal. Gosh, I love that. Let's repeat that one. A book isn't simple paper and glue. It's a portal. And a fairy tale, it's like a magic carpet ride through the gates of myth. Indulge them, study them, live them. For if you seek a fairy tale with all your heart, someday you'll become one. Well, that's pretty fanciful talk here for this card, but I think what I can break it down and say is, study more myths and fairy tales, stories of the gods of old, because I know, that's an interest of yours as well. So, and maybe even other mythologies and stuff. I have some great storytelling kind of books. There's one in particular, I don't know if it's still in print, but if you ever come across it, it's a wonderful book. The Storyteller's Goddess. Yes. And it's all about goddess myths and legends from the past, and it's stories, and they're amazing. They're really great. And so, but do that. Hey, go to your library and pull some things. Even some fairy tales. You know what? Fairy tales are not just for kids, okay? I mean, we've had some movies, The Never Ending Story, How to Train Your Dragon, and things like that, that very much pull in adults, and they're very fairy tale like.
A monster calls.
A monster calls. So, I
Uh,
just say this is a time for you to indulge in this kind of stuff. There's not just joy to get out of it, but there's some connection to something deeper, when you indulge in fairy tales and myth. You have anything to add to that?
Not really. I think you said it well. I mean, I thought of the slogan from that movie I just mentioned. Stories are wild creatures.
Yeah. So this might be a good time. The summer's a great time for reading. I'm just I'm going through the books more than I ever have, and I'm kind of surprising myself. And I'm reading novels right now. This one is more a Noir story, and I'm not that crazy about Noir generally, but I've really sort of gotten into it recently, and I'm enjoying myself. So get into reading. This is just a really good and pleasure reading. That's the point, I think, because oftentimes we study stuff, right? We're studying technical spell work or different kinds of ritual magic and different things. This is pleasure reading time. How about
Good one,
pulling?
Victoria. Aren't you doing the bottom?
Oh, did she want the bottom too?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you knew that.
Well, it's the Keeper of Intuition.
That's a classic, Kara, what Victoria mentioned.
Well, if this is the card that follows, what's interesting about this is that was number 21. This is number 22. The Keeper of Intuition. And I use this deck a lot, so if it came up in order like that,
The other one I think is by Merlin Stone, When God Was a Woman.
it says slow down. Listen. You are the keeper of intuition. She lives inside of you at the core of your life tree. This is a moment to realize you already know what to do. Your intuition is speaking to you. Do not seek advice outside yourself at this time. Just go with that gut feeling. The next move will reveal itself after you take the first step. Don't waste an ounce of your energy or doubt on second guessing. Your intuition knows her stuff. Trust her. Don't deny that still small voice inside the core of you. Your thriving life is her top priority. And I'll combine them in a minute. Let's see the Lenormand.
Right, I really like that idea of the Keeper of Intuition, especially because we have the ring and the anchor, which are kind of like aspects of each other in a way.
So, how does that fit with the Keeper of Intuition?
I didn't say that it
Oh,
did. I just said that I like the Keeper of Intuition. Well, I guess I did, but I think the idea here is, of course, commit yourself, to this process of trust in yourself. When you're anchored in your trust, in a way, maybe that's when you see that finer carats, the diamond, the
I'd
clarity.
say commit yourself to the intuition card said slow it down, right? And the anchor's about staying in place.
Yep.
So I kind of think this is like a time for you to go within and do some silent, fun stuff. Like, for example, reading the fairy tales and whatnot. And maybe your intuition might guide you the kind of stories that you should be reading right now. Or also, it's possible here that I'm wondering if these two cards came together because if you open yourself up to the world of magical stories and fairy tales and, stuff like that, you'll open your intuition more. And so commit to anchoring yourself in this because I think it will help you. Pleasure reading does that. It makes us more empathic. It makes us, it opens things up. It's a portal. It's like what they said. It's a portal.
Absolutely.
That's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And hey, you can do that after you get your tattoo this week. Hey, have fun with that.
All right, Nicole's up.
Hi, Nicole. Hey, you're welcome, Kara.
You're welcome.
I don't see a question.
I'm looking. I thought I saw it earlier, but I don't see it now.
Yeah,
Or I'm not sure if that's
you
what
know
I
how
saw.
this thing goes for me. I
There it
can't.
is. What is coming to Justin? And I'm in love.
What is coming to Justin?
Right.
And Nicole's in love with
And
Justin.
I'm in love. Well, she
Okay.
doesn't say that, but of
Okay.
course, that's the implication.
Okay.
That's my deck.
I believe it's your deck. Yes.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to use my Mermaid's Tarot.
Well, as bad as it is, at least he did it down there. So we are going to check on you.
The Happy Furball t-shirt.
The Happy Furball
That's what
t-shirt.
Cardboard is saying.
Oh, the Happy Fun. It's basically,
Oh, I thought it was Happy Furball.
well, I've got hair all over me here, that's for sure.
Whoops.
It is Do Not Taunt Happy Fun Goddess. And I love this shirt. I really do. Oh, so glad I got it.
What is coming to Justin? We're going to use your reading for that. So the first card is Temperance. Justin maybe is receiving, or what is coming to Justin is maybe a sense of moderation, a sense of temperance. If Justin is possibly dealing with issues in his life that cause him to go out of balance, maybe overindulgences or things like that, or if they have a lifestyle where they overindulge in working too much, things like that, even this could be saying that maybe they're going to be working on these issues and trying to create a balance in their life.
Sonny should not taunt me either, but he doesn't. Anyway,
What is coming to Justin?
I think
Tarot.
here what's coming to Justin is a period of some peace and calm and tranquility, which I think they need. Maybe things have been out of balance, whether it's between the two of you or some other area in Justin's life. Maybe things are starting to lighten up a little bit, let up for them right now. And if this is involving any issues that you may have had with one another, maybe there's just going to be kind of a calming down now that things are going to stabilize.
Coming to terms with each other,
Yeah.
something like that. So why is this important? Because the world, because it's important, at least from Justin's point of view, perhaps, because this brings a great sense of peace or finality to something that maybe they had been going through. So maybe if they are moving away from a particular situation of any sort, a relationship, whether toxic or not toxic, or any kind of situation, they are sort of closing that chapter in a way, not without necessarily feeling like something cool or abundant is also now opening to them.
I kind of like that in a way because it does sort of fit with the other card.
Yeah.
They want to put something behind them and move forward. They're looking for a happy ending of some sort here, a successful ending, and a new beginning. And so, if there have been issues between you, I'm really kind of hoping that things might resolve. That's what I'm hoping, but I think I'll have to see the next card to be
So
sure.
where will this ultimately lead, Nicole? And it is the Five of Pentacles.
Oh,
So there could still be a sense that maybe you haven't, this is maybe more for Justin than for you, I
yes.
think. That for Justin, he may not still feel he's where he wants to be yet. He may feel that he's not quite found something he's looking for.
There's a song.
What?
There's a song.
And he still hasn't found
What
what
he's
he's
looking
looking for.
for.
Ew,
Anyway, I like that song actually. I
I
do.
know.
but
There's a support group for that.
But anyway, I think here that really is weird to me that this came up when everything's looking so much better.
I know.
But it seems as though he still feels like he doesn't belong somewhere for some reason.
Yeah.
He feels a sense of being isolated or alone. He feels like there's some misery or something inside of him he's still trying to work his way through. And it's really odd to me because I'm surprised that card, like I said, showed up because
Crimson and Clover. Ooh, I like when that happens.
yeah.
The
So, I mean,
bouquet.
everything looks so positive here. So, I'm just thinking in my mind, why is the Five of Pentacles here? Now, just to give you an idea about the Five of Pentacles, it could be about he's suffering some financial issues that are just driving him, causing some severe issues in his life. Or, he feels this sense of loneliness and isolation, and he would like to change it. He wants to bring joy back into his life. And I think luck is on his side. I think there's going to be a return to joy, to him being able to successfully, start something new, finish something off, and everything looking better. I just feel like he's working through something right now, or he may, maybe things are fine, but he just can't feel it yet. He just can't
I was
feeling.
going to say something like that, that although most things seem to have really changed in a good way for him, he's not totally yet convinced. And maybe the bouquet is saying he needs to give himself that gift of optimism or of seeing it through your eyes or somebody else's eyes, seeing that gift that says good luck is actually happening in his life. Maybe he doesn't understand that and he just needs a little bit longer for that.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, what we got
Well,
for
I
him.
wish you luck with this. I mean, there's a lot of positive energy here.
Really,
So maybe if there has been issues between the two of you, I know you're saying you're in love, that there might be some shifting and changing here. But
keep in touch with us.
yeah, keep us posted. Absolutely. Good luck with that, Nicole.
All right. So we're on Mary the Aries.
Oh, we might finish on time tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Hi, Mary. I'm going to look for your reading, your question.
Okay.
A general for the rest of the month. Okay, that's cool. Is that my deck?
Uh, it's
No.
mine. Yeah. A general for the rest of the month. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the Numinous Tarot. See if I can throw Mr. O off with this deck.
Battle of the Ambiguous Decks.
Yes, Battle of the Ambiguous Decks.
We could do a show like that.
Yeah, we could. We have a lot of ambiguous
Right.
decks.
And whoever in the chat identifies what the card is, they get an extra card or
But
something.
I have to say, Mr. O, since I have a lot more decks than you have more ambiguous decks in your collection than I have in mine.
And funny how some of those are ones you gave to me because you decided I'm not dealing with that. So that's
It's true.
the new elements one, I think, maybe.
Well, yes.
That's one of them. Why, thank you,
I
my
told
dear.
Mr. O if my throat is bad tomorrow
Don't
with my
criticize
cough,
me.
he may have to go to the trainer without me again. That would be sad.
I'll manage. Get out of the sick house.
I'm getting two
Hey,
air.
everybody.
What?
Tomorrow is my emotional exchanges. It's my outlook on the emotional exchanges, the weekly reading for every sign of the zodiac. I pull two cards, the top card being that essence or vibe that you will feel in this upcoming week. And then the bottom card is, will you get lucky?
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, indeed. And it's a free reading, Fridays at 7 a.m. So check it out. Stand by for bickering.
Well, I certainly love this one. It's the creator of Vials, which is the queen, I believe. And look, I have my book right here to be sure. It's the Queen of Cups.
Yeah, I thought a vial would be a cup.
Yeah, you're not questioning that. I'm questioning what the
Oh, the
creator is.
queen
Yeah.
or the king.
Okay. Um, the dreamer is the page. The explorer is the knight. The creator's the queen, as I kind of thought. Yes.
Queen of cups.
Queen of Cups upright. That's a pretty good start here. And look at that. I just mentioned the explorer. It's the Knight of Swords upright.
Bells or swords. Yeah, I guess
Yes.
so.
Because they like herald.
Knight of swords.
Yeah.
Upright.
The Knight of Swords. And
That's good.
another upright card. I swear these were all mixed up. And it's a good one. It's the Four of Wands upright. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
I don't know what you're expecting, Mary, but it all looks pretty good.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what you're expecting.
Oh,
It's the heart. I'm kidding. I don't know that. Oh, but it's the rider, and the rider is facing the heart.
well, it's interesting. We have a rider, and then we have a knight here, which is movement as well.
Yeah.
The Queen of Cups, for goodness sakes,
Right next to that heart.
this is a very creative time for you. This is a time you can get things done, but also you can move things forward heart-wise. Using your heart over your head is really important during this time period. And I think here, that there's going to be a lot of joy coming your way. There may be even a reason to celebrate, but I guess we'll get to that as we go along.
Well, that queen there is probably the person who has the most control over her emotional intelligence. She sees with her heart, she feels with her heart, but she's not going to make, random decisions. Her decisions are informed by how she emotionally understands what's around her.
I like that. But also, then we have the Knight of Swords.
The
This
Knight of
is really
Swords.
interesting here because I think you have a really nice melding of the head and the heart going on here. Taking swift actions, but letting your heart guide you, is the key to success with the rest of this month. And I think here you're going to make some wise choices and decisions that maybe you're going to have to think on your feet as you do so. And it's really nice to have all these powerful, good cards when Mercury is about to go retrograde. I'm impressed.
I'm just going to throw this out there, but are you thinking of having or going to some sort of end of July summer party occasion? Because I sort of see like this with the Queen of Hearts and then the
Well, the
Knight of
four.
Swords moving towards something, and it's a party. That's the Four of Wands. So I'm just throwing that out there as a thought. But in general, that Knight of Swords could be saying that yes, you are really forcefully moving towards something that invigorates your soul in a way that maybe makes you feel it's noble and challenging, and you really want this to be accomplished. And like we said before, it rather aligns with that rider there too, the sense of movement.
Yeah. And that four of
Wands.
wands, like he said, it's like we call it our unofficial party card here. Whatever, I could look at this a couple of ways though, because it looks as though using your head, using your heart to inform your decisions that you make with your head, will lead you towards a firmer foundation on whatever it is you're working on. That's number one. Number two, it's also saying that it's leading, that there is some cause to celebrate this month. There's going to be joy. There's going to be celebration. It could be separate from these two cards, and you might just be going to some celebration, being invited to a party, being invited to a picnic, a family gathering, something really joyful, though. A
Yeah.
festival, maybe going to a summer festival. This just all seems really, really positive.
One way or the other, the rest of the month sort of looks like good summer activity. And it's kind of funny because we've been talking about Mercury retrograde,
Yeah.
but we're not seeing anything here that is deleterious to your situation. So it probably is because it's a mix of people all combine their energies. And as the Queen of Cups, maybe you're the person sending that love out there that brings people together for the party spirit.
I don't know. It's awfully good, Mary. And also you have the Rider and the Heart, which means, again, I think make sure your moves are heart based. And also go after the things you're really passionate about this month. This is a time to move on things. You've got a lot of movement here with the Rider and that Knight of Swords, so make a decision to move on the things that are really heartfelt to you, that you're really passionate about.
You could be moving towards a relationship, or you could be moving towards
I know.
a greater level in your relationship. You could be just moving towards something you're really gonna love doing, and like I keep thinking, maybe it's a cool summer party or barbecue, something.
I'm just going to have to say, and no offense to anybody else's readings tonight, Kara had a great oracle read, but you win the readings so
Yeah,
far.
this is a
It's
really
a
nice reading, Mary.
fantabulous reading,
You
really.
win.
So, good luck with that. Wow. Nice going. All right, we are on Victoria.
And Victoria just wants to know if there's good news, I think, right?
Yes, she wants good news. So we'll see if we can get some for you.
Okay, well, I have to use my darkest deck
Oh,
possible.
no.
Ha 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 ha. I'll
He's so
use,
evil.
I am. No, I guess I'll use my Tarot of the Magical Forest.
Oh, is that one I gave you too?
It may very well be, or maybe you just told me I might want to buy it. I don't remember.
Oh, you
Was
know
this
what?
from?
No, I think I gave you that one.
And we were talking about how it looked like that one
Yes.
Lenormand that I got from Tovada.
I think that's why I gave it to you, though.
Right, that's exactly why you did.
Yeah. Anyway.
It has been a horrible week, Victoria. I totally get that.
Oh.
For any of us who has even just a little bit of intuition, it's got to feel like a real drag.
Yeah, it's been a horrible time for you guys in Texas, and I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of stuff going on in this country right now. Just so much bad weather. Massachusetts letting Boston, um, North Carolina going through a lot right now, too. New Mexico.
I'm just playing 3 cards, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's get some happy cards. Let's not think about this. Happy vibes. Happy vibes. Okay. Oh, really?
Okay.
That's
Well,
interesting.
you should have went to a different show, Victoria, because we're not going to deliver. The Chariot is reversed. The Six of Pentacles is upright. Okay, so that's nothing. The King of Swords is reversed.
Okay, so tell me what the cards are again. Sorry.
Chariot reversed. Six of Pentacles upright. King of Swords reversed.
Darn Mercury. I don't care what you say. I blame Mercury for everything. No. Um, well, let's see what we can glean positive out of this. Number one, I think that Six of Pentacles is saying, you are trying to get balance and perspective back here. I think the Six of
You're
Pentacles.
right.
Go ahead, you can go first.
No,
I want you to.
I'll get up and walk away.
Because if you're going to be up. The last one looks like Toby. I lost my thought. I can't do it. So please, I'm asking you. We're better
I
now.
want to start with the Chariot reverse because that's where I want to start. So, the Chariot reverse could be saying that maybe you have to put off some things. Maybe you have to make some changes in the route you're going or in how you're going. Some of this would be designed to maybe help you ease yourself in a way that this is maybe finding a different way to go towards a direction you want to go. So there's a metaphoric thing here, but there's also a possible literal thing.
I do think. Oh, hi, country.
Hi, country.
Want to just add her and then we'll close
Sure.
the list? We'll add your country, but we're going to
Right,
close the
you'll be
list.
our last one. We were just going to close the list, but we got you.
I mean, we haven't had our quota of readings, but it's close to the end of the night. But we'll
Well,
get to
right,
that.
it's close to the end of our time, but we got you.
Let me just post you guys both on the list, and I'm going to type the list is closed. Okay. Well, Victoria, you know what I think is going on here? I firmly believe this happens a lot to us sometimes. The cards are reflecting some of what you're going through right now. And I think that, this has kind of really made you, you're realizing that things haven't been moving in your life, and then all of this trauma has happened around you. It may be good for you to maybe take a little bit of a pause. It actually might be positive for you so that you can restore some of the balance that I'm seeing here. I think I want to start with the first card. I started with the middle before, but then I lost my train of thought. So I think here, this one is kind of key in that maybe this is not a full stop, but you need to put the brakes on a little bit and get your bearings back, get your center back, and realize, that sometimes things might be taking a lot out of you, right? May have been taking a lot out of you right now, which, has been making your energy feel depleted, but you can restore that. You can work to get everything back in balance again.
I like that because I didn't say this. I was feeling a little down for you, but classically, the chariot reverse could be saying somebody who doesn't really feel like they have motivation or they don't feel something is pulling them in a particular direction. They're kind of adrift a little bit. But the Six of Pentacles would work to resolve some of that. The feeling that, you you are you are receiving as much as you are also able to help others. That help is happening because you're also helping.
It's good you took the day off today, though, really. It is. And I think when I look at that King of Swords coming reversed here, I mean, I feel it's reflecting on the harsh reality that you're dealing with down there right now. This flood doesn't discriminate, right? It just tears apart everything in its path. And you're feeling that cold harshness of what has happened and transpired here and how easily things can just be taken down like that. It seems cruel, it seems cruel at times, and if there's no way to fight that.
The court cards are not always people. They can actually just be forces or natures going on in your life. So in this sense, I think Banshee's got it right that the King of Swords represents a sense of cruelty, and that is so defined by Mother Nature's actions sometimes. Mother Nature is cruel, but it's not cruel with a purpose. It's just the way nature is. It's just the way nature can be.
Yeah. And
Hello, Sonny. Get
And
your.
I haven't been callous when I've been saying this, but I do feel that nature does what nature has to do sometimes, whether it helps us or not. And we're here as part of this organism, but if they feel the need, they just do what they do, and it can be destructive sometime. Forest fires, etc. Tornadoes. Oh my gosh. So. We're dealing with that right now, and sometimes there's a sense, I'm looking at the Lenormand and getting into that now, that there's a sense of feeling betrayed or not knowing what to trust here anymore. And I think the house is saying, find your comfort zone again, find the balance. Maybe you're home right now, and with Toby, you're safe and secure for the moment where you are, and you need to just find some comfort where you are right now and not allow this to overwhelm you too much. Because
You're
I'm sensing that here with the snake and the King of Swords for sure. You know, those are the big ones.
well, in a way that to me says like you're asking yourself a lot of questions about whether or not, you're fooling yourself by thinking you're safe, in your home. And I'm sure
Yeah,
this is bigger than you and a lot of people. We're all asking it in a way to different degrees. This is a
yeah.
reflection on what's going on everywhere in the world. It's not just our country. There are large burning fires almost at any time throughout the world. Greece forests are ancient, have been burning away. I'm now understanding there are forest fires in France that are out of control.
Spain. Spain
Spain
too.
too. No, I heard France. I definitely heard
Well,
France.
I heard of one in France. Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is that, Ted Cruz was there in Greece, and Greece had to shut down some of their touristy areas because the heat has been so oppressive there. So,
These
there's a lot of
ancient
stuff
fires have
going
been for
on right now,
years.
and it seems very, very cruel. And for some of us sensitives, and even some of us who can look at things a little bit more objectively, I'm sure there's just a lot of people having a hard time dealing with some of the stuff that's been going on. And so don't feel bad about that. You'll work through it. Give yourself some time and, keep working at your pace to be where you've got to be. But right now, I think the cards are saying, you're going to be working through this for a little bit. So good luck with that.
So sorry, Victoria. And we know, including you, we
Going
know
Hawaii
a lot
again?
of people in Texas. A lot of what?
I hadn't heard about the fires in Hawaii, so there's Hawaii fires again.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, so I wish you luck in dealing and coping. We're all going to need to kind of try to be there for each other as these things keep going on. That's all we can do. Um, I just hope Mother Nature cuts us some slack. I really do. But also, I think we got to do more to cut Mother Nature some slack as well.
All right, so
I want to talk to you more about the Yellowstone thing, so I'll be DMing you later. That's really interesting to me.
we're in Country Love, who
Hey,
says,
country love?
I'm prepared to start my podcast. I have an idea in mind. How will this go for me? Will the other farmers be open to participating in the park podcast that I need them to? Like you need them to. Sorry. All right, that's a pretty cool question. Good luck, absolutely, with your podcast. Do you want me to use that deck?
No, I'll use the deck. I'm
All
just
right,
thinking here.
because you did get
Maybe
to use
pass those to you.
two in a row when you did that Oracle card.
Oh, go
That's
ahead. You
okay.
can use the deck.
All right.
I'm magnanimous that way.
Arya.
Yeah.
Arya.
So I'm sorry I missed part of that question.
Oh,
What was about the
it's right there.
podcast?
It's right there. I'll just.
I've got it. I see it there anyway. So about the idea. Okay.
How will this go? Will the other farmers be open to participating? So it's sort of like a part A, part B, but let's see what we get there.
Yeah, we'll see what we get. Let's see what we can read on that.
Just regular three cards?
Yes.
And I'm going to use my Tarot of the Cat People. Haven't used that in a while. Like the Secrets Tarot, this was one of my favorite reading decks years and years ago, literally decades ago.
Oh. Do you see what I see?
Um,
It's my notification.
oh, how interesting.
It's the first time I've seen it in weeks. I'm supposed to get notified about taking, it's a reminder to take a pill at night that I have to take, not my cancer drug, another one. And I have a reminder set and it's been really screwing up. He sees it on his computer, but I can't see it on mine. And it's only come up a day here and there. Suddenly it's come up again.
Well, this is so weird because you have the same card that Victoria had in the first position, the Chariot Reverse.
And it's a different deck.
It's a different deck, right? Um, and she had the Knight of Swords, right?
Yes.
Knight of Wands.
Wait a minute. Did she have the Knight Yes, she. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. It was the Knight of Swords.
Okay.
What
I thought
did,
that was the other reading. Go ahead.
Victoria, if you're still here, tell us what's going on.
She had the Six of Pentacles there.
That's what it was. The last one was the King of Swords reversed.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Thank you. All right, and then the Nine of Wands upright. So I like some of this with the exception of that Chariot reverse. This could be saying that, um, you know, overall motivation will kind of be one of the situations you'll want to work with. You know, and I felt that way in the beginning too, like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. Or it could be something different for you. But, you know, consistency or finding the exact protocols to work with. You know, maybe there's some tinkering you'll have to do with those various activation keys in YouTube or whatever you're doing it with. I hate the technical stuff myself, country love. I'm so glad our son helped set me up. Did you want to go on that one?
The Chariot reversed indicates there might be a little bit of slowness or something stalling this idea to get off the ground, stalling you from getting that idea off the ground. And you know, I have to throw in the Mercury retrograde angle here, that could be part of it. I think here, though, with the Knight of Swords, you definitely, or is that the Knight of Wands?
It's the Knight of Wands.
Yes, with the Knight of Wands here, I'm almost thinking the Knight of Wands is saying, I think your idea will move along ultimately. I do think that it's going to stall at first, and the Knight of Wands is saying, don't give up on this. Keep at, just keep trying to get this idea out there because it looks like it could take you places. Now, with that being said, what is the other one? Nine of Swords.
The Nine of
Nine
Wands.
of Wands. Prepare yourself, though. Make sure everything is in order. Maybe the idea behind why things aren't moving forward is you need to do a bit more prep work to get this off the ground. And maybe if you wonder if the farmers are going to get into this with you, you need to take time to really promote this well and maybe talk to a few of them and see how they really, if you can, and see if they would be open to that idea.
You know, that Knight of Wands looks like that part of that question is saying, like, you using the best parts of your personality, your charm, to reach out to some of those folks. Or maybe there's somebody who you can work with who can fill that role too a little bit and really, you know, go out there and talk it up, chat it up, and be, you know, express all the good qualities of why you want to do this and how it will help them. And I do agree with Banshee. I think the Nine of Wands is saying your best idea in all of this is really making sure you're prepared, maybe understanding too a little bit of the nature of similar kinds of podcasts or things like that, that maybe there's a sense of realizing that these are the kind of situations similar ones may come up against. And so you want to look at those and decide how you're going to navigate through that.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Country Love, because next I have this.
The Stork.
And guess who's back?
Birds of a feather.
So I kind of feel here, yeah, that's all birds, right? Birds cackling here. You need to talk it out with people, you know? You need to see how they feel about it, for better or worse, because the birds can be a little bit of an ambiguous card as far as communications go. But I think this new beginning is going to hinge on how well you communicate what you want to do and what the response is going to be. So like I said, you might want to put some feelers out there to see if, people are going to get on board with this. But I'm almost feeling like it's looking pretty positive so long as you do the prep work.
It mostly looks pretty positive to me too. And I think this is probably more you chatting it up. But if you know somebody who's sort of aligned with you, you might want to get them to help you with that. And like I said before, I think, maybe navigating some of the tech stuff because it's protocol driven. And I get that from the chariot. The chariot's a vehicle. And these days, vehicles are pretty fancy dancy. So some of that is going to be getting familiar with that and how it works.
Yeah. Thoroughly. Oh, you are a planner. Good for you.
Good for you.
Me, not so much.
Me, not so much easier.
Actually, I do. I do. But I sometimes overthink things, I think. But at any rate, this is a time that would serve you well. And remember, this could be a little bit wonky right now because Mercury is about to go retrograde and it's already hitting us here. Mercury is going retrograde a week from today, I think. So be
There's
ready for some
a number of
communication.
other aspects that aren't the greatest, but your
Yeah.
cards look okay. So keep the faith.
So I gotta say, I wish you luck with that. And we're done. I'm sorry, Garima, we could not
Yeah,
fit you in.
we had closed the list already, so
We're already
hopefully
in
we
the
can catch you next
overtime, and
time.
we got to get our cards of the day out and stuff like that. So I want to thank everybody. We had some interesting reads today, and wow, I'm still kind of wowed by the card bards reading too, which. I don't know. That dream thing just came to me, or that I felt that somebody had visited you, and I'm still kind of flummoxed by that. But I'm not in a way surprised because even though some things, Mr. O, go wrong during Mercury retrograde for us, okay, a lot of things do. My intuition seems to pick up during the retrogrades.
Well, remember, we had that one friend who said, I don't understand what you guys are talking about. And then we did their chart and found out they were born with Mercury retrograde. And so that was, when Mercury was retrograde, that was the only time things felt normal to
To
them.
them. But when another time, right, they had great Mercury retrograde. So, and I know there are people who say I take it way too seriously, but bam, I'm telling you, my computer's haunted or something. Crazy stuff is happening.
Love to you too, Victoria. Love to everybody.
Well, take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Thanks, all of you, for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.
Bye.